All right, everyone. Welcome back to a new video, week two of the 52 Total Weeks Challenge. Yes, I have gotten a new type of setup thing. I'm still using my phone as a webcam, but I have adjusted it a little bit in terms of the position it was in. Typically, it's me like a little bit. I believe I can change it and show you guys. Typically, it is like this, where I'm a little bit like zoomed out. But I figured out a way to get it very close, and I think this is a lot better. But yeah, hope you guys have been great this week. Hope you guys' business, life, family, health, every single thing has been absolutely great. Obviously, there are some things that we are going to talk about today, some specific points that I wanted to get over with. Um, First one being the very important one, which I've actually put on my little whiteboard here is focus on one thing. Now, this is very important because I realized this week where I had some difficulties in terms of like cold calling, some general resistance, right? Like it's been 4 months, but I still have it, or like service delivery or anything like that. And I started dabbling into I started watching like e-commerce videos and like branded drop shipping and like Shopify and this type of stuff. And like I know how it feels like when you're kind of stuck somewhere, you feel like you're stuck, and then you start like just watching other stuff, because you feel like the grass is greener on the other side. Number one, the grass is never greener on the other side. Number two, it's shiny object syndrome, right? Like the thing is like every single thing works. 99% of the time it's not the business that fails, it's the person. It's you, yourself. Because just as I mentioned in, I believe, like my first video or my second video, you are just an extension of your business. So if your business fails, initially it's you that failed. And because your business simply cannot fail if you don't ever give up. Like it's so true. Like yeah, if you put a time frame on it, like of course you're gonna give up. Like let's say you say like, okay, I want to make X amount in 12 months. And if that doesn't happen, of course you're going to give up. Like it didn't happen. But if you don't give up, eventually it might take one more year. It might take some more months. It might happen the month after. It would have happened, right? It would have happened and you would have gotten the results. However, most don't see through that. It is something called the Alex Hormozy talks about it. It's like this. I can try to visually show it. It's like this, like these ups and downs somewhat like to do this, somewhat like this on top of here. And then when you're starting out, clearly you have like you're on this. Wait, let me see here. So you're like usually on top of here, and then you fall into this rut where you're like, oh shit! Like on the start, you're like, oh, this looks good. Like just working like 5 hours a day, or like that's the only thing I have to do. Like outreach, sales calls. I just have to service deliver. Like Facebook ads. This is easy. And then obviously you start doing it, and you're like, fuck, this is a lot harder than what I was initially thinking. Um, and then what ends up happening is like you kind of fall into this rut where you're like, shit, this is the grass is not greener on the other side, and this isn't as easy as I eventually thought. And that is usually where, sorry, I just got to go get my paper. That is usually where 99% of people would give up, where it typically gets a lot harder. That is why in the agency game, it's it's such a like a big opening for like the barrier of entry is extremely huge. Like everybody could, sorry. Mm. Everybody can enter the agency space. Like it's so easy. Like all you need is a couple softwares for a few $100 a month, and you're like in the agency space. The thing is that if you look at it like this type of a funnel, like this type of a funnel, it's like this big funnel where the opening is extremely huge, but then you have these spikes. Like each and every like step down, there's spikes, and then you can individually like imagine like you have these like very soft like people, basically, whatever you want to say, going in here, and for every spike, it like literally takes a life from them. Mm, And then you can imagine like one problem, one problem, one problem, and it keep going down, and it's like literally like the 1 to maybe 2 maximum percent that even go through the funnel and then keep having an agency. And because I can literally tell you right now the things that I've been able to go through my business to my agency, like Like people would have just been like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to do this anymore," because it's hard. It's really hard. Like you got to work a lot, and you gotta expect to work without seeing results for a long time. And that's literally what you got to expect with success. You can never, never, never expect like success within a short time frame. Like literally, you just got to put your head down, and you got to be willing to like stay in the same position for like at least a few years. And I know it's like a lot of you guys didn't want to hear that, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they need to be stuck for a few years. Like it's so much more attractive to just have a job and do something on the side. And literally it is. Like I have friends like my age and I know they're working. They're working like they make money. Like I mean, I believe like 3 grand a month or something like that. Obviously they don't have time to do anything on the side, but like it's so much more attractive. Why not just like work and do like ecom on the side and then just try to scale that? It's like, no, man, it's just resistance in a different form. Like focus on one thing. Like everything works, and the man that chases two rabbits, he catches none. Like literally, if you're chasing two different things, you're not gonna catch anything. Just focus on one thing. Your business is proven. Somebody's done it before. Your niche is proven. Somebody has gotten extreme results in that niche before. Somebody has delivered good service to that niche before. Somebody has made a lot of money in that niche before. So what makes you think that you can't do it? You're not reinventing the wheel. I'm not asking you to go ahead and create a completely new, like a fucking completely new, like a what do you want to say, like a shoe or something like that. I'm not asking you to do any of that. You're like in the agency space, you're just reinventing the wheel, iterating what works and what didn't work, making changes to that, obviously adapting whatever works in a different market, applying that. That's just how success is. Like you just got to keep going. I mean, you just can't give up. You just got to do one change, and literally one change can change the trajectory of your whole business. That's how quick this game is. However, with that said, let's see here what I got in my notes for today. Mm, yes, the man who chases two rabbits catches none. Another thing is face resistance with consistency. That is another thing I wanted to talk about today. Like a lot of times, like I noticed this like the last week, especially like I know I mentioned I got a cold caller. By the way, cold calling is extremely good. Obviously, if you have a great cold caller and you know how to train him well, it works extremely well. And I'm going to be honest, yeah, he booked a lot of appointments, but a lot of them were people that were like not fully aware of the service. And I mean, it's very expected in the first initial week to have someone like that, where you're like, you don't really get the good results. Let's see here. Where you don't you can't really expect the good results because here's the thing, like for example me, I've been cold calling for like 4 or 5 months, like closer to 5 months now. So I know exactly what to say at what times, what objections to use, what rebuttals to use at what objections. So it's getting a bit late here, as you guys can probably see. But yeah, that's like you can't really expect him to do the same. But it's the thing that is crazy is that in the first week he has initially learned what I wish I knew in like the first 4 months. Like what I wish I knew like the first week when I started, I only learned that what I'm teaching him in like 4 months. So it's very crazy and it's very worthwhile for him in terms of experience. But yeah, it's been working very well. So yeah, obviously that is something we're dialing in on more this week. Now that he knows a lot more, there's a lot less margin for error. Another very important thing, if somebody here watching this is at that time, is at that like phase in your agency where you're looking to hire like a team member or someone to help you with outreach, um, definitely make sure that you dial into training, like training the people. You can't just deliver SOPs and just let them know, like, okay, this is what you do, this is what you answer, and then boom, done. And then answer a couple messages here and there. You gotta hop on calls with them. You gotta do dedicated training. Set off like 3 individual hours, like throughout the week. You can do one on like the weekends, and then one on the weekdays, and then another one on the weekdays with some gap between, and then sit down, do some role plays, walk through the recordings, talk about what's happening, some common objections, and just give them a lot of confidence, like give boost their confidence. Obviously the guy I have now, he's extremely good at cold calling. Like he's thrown out every single thing. So I know just like by next week when he's able to just kind of know the niche a little bit better, it's gonna go extremely well. So I'm gonna update you guys on that with next week as well. When we're talking about outbound strategy, I did mention to you guys that I'm gonna look for starting with cold SMS as well, which I've I have basically. I've started the warm up. Warm up is pretty much finished. And that is another thing I want to talk about. The importance of network, like the importance of networking with people. Yes, it's very important to also obviously have your focus and don't network to to that phase where you're getting distracted in terms of doing your work. But network with people on the same wavelength as you and on the same journey as you and on the same stage as you. Find those people and talk with them, share ideas and grow together. Like, mm, I met a guy this week, had a call with him like on Monday, I believe. Extremely good call, good guy. It was amazing talking with him. And then obviously, but right now we just talk with each other, share ideas. He's been dialing in on cold SMS like a lot. He's obviously in a different niche, but he's been dialing in on cold SMS a lot. I've been dialing in on cold calling a lot. We basically just have the same metrics when it comes to bookings and show ups. And we just went through like what we did, what would happen if I implemented cold SMS and he did cold calling. And it just showed extremely good results. Like literally, we both would like change our own businesses. So we know how important it is. And that is why it's very important because of him, I now have the ability to implement cold SMS with ease, with whatever problems come up, he's able to help me with that. And if he implements cold calling, I'm able to help him with that. So it's extremely good like value exchange because he's getting something out of it, I'm getting something out of it, and it's worthwhile. It's not something where he's using me or I'm using him, right? We both get something out of it, which is basically what network is. It's value. You gotta exchange value. If you don't have any value, there's no point in networking. Nobody's gonna want to talk to you. Nobody's gonna be a network with you, of you, if you don't have any value to provide. That is one of the most important things. But that is a lot of the most important things that you guys wanna definitely dial in on. A lot of outbound strategies in the start. Be open to failing. Focus on one thing purely, like focus, focus, focus. Focus is so important, especially in the day and age we're in right now with social media, phones. I can be honest, like I fall into it like a couple of times where you're like on YouTube because I've deleted social media platforms. But like even on YouTube, like I have it for like sometimes if I want to watch a YouTube like video like on a Saturday or Sunday or something like that before sleeping or something like that. I just end up like scrolling and it's just like it's automatic. It's subconsciously like I end up doing it. And then I get falling and then I like after 10, 20 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, like the fuck happened, right? But that's how it works. Like you gotta be in control, right? It literally steals your focus. Like focus is so important. Like being able to just sit down, dial in, put your head down, focus on whatever you're doing, do that one task, boom, do the next task, boom, do the next task. And keep going like that, keep slaying those dragons, and you're literally gonna be closer to success. Like a lot closer than you would initially be with anything else. Um, but yeah, guys, literally, I mean, it's very fun to kind of hop on these videos and kind of just talk out and talk about how it's been going because um, I feel like it's very important. Like it definitely, like anybody watching this, I definitely recommend if you watch this far to just pick up the camera, man, start recording yourself, start talking about your journey, your results, what's been happening. Obviously, I did mention that I wanted to see if I can find a way to share my screen on this as well. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to do that because obviously I have to like figure out and all that stuff. I don't really have that much time, but I'm gonna make sure I promise you guys, if not next, and if not next Sunday after that. I'll definitely be able to figure out a way where I can do that. That way I can actually show you guys like the metrics of the week, the habit trackers, the show ups, the sales, like all the good stuff that you guys actually want to see. Because I do know it gets boring looking at this face for around 15 minutes every single video. But yeah, other than that, there's not a lot more that I wanted to talk about in this video. Generally, that it's been a good week. We're staying consistent, right? We're keeping on this. Yeah, that's one of the most important things, guys. Just staying consistent and just keep working hard with it. Like keep going and then just don't give up. Like I mean, the only way that you can fail is by giving up. Another thing that I've read like recently is that it was a quote. I don't know by who, but it was like most people quit because they look how far they have to go, not not how far they have come. See, that's a crazy one. Like it's so true. Like they might just see like, okay, shit, I've done it 4 months. I got like 8 months left. I got like 9 months left. Oh shit. But they don't see everything they've been through. Like for me right now, like touching back on that e-commerce type of thing or drop shipping, like all the experience I have right now is so like, not to be like arrogant or something, but I have a lot of experience in the agency space. Like I know a lot. Um, but then if I were to go into like drop shipping, I would just be a completely new, I would just start over. So all that experience I've gained in like in the last few months is like it's erased. Obviously not fully erased because there's some stuff that is universal, like in terms of discipline, motivation, marketing, offer creation, like irresistible offers. That's some of the things, but like generally, um, it's very different. So it's very important, whatever you guys choose, whatever vehicle you guys choose, may it be dropshipping, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, like it really doesn't matter. Social media accounts, like literally, it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that put your head down, focus on that one thing, and keep going. Just keep going. Like don't ever give up. Like I'm fucking young, man. I'm just 19. I ain't got nothing to lose, bro. Literally the next 5 years, nothing to lose. The next 6 years, nothing to lose. I can fail on fail on fail on fail. Learn, to keep on stepping and keep on stepping up and see the success that I'm able to, that I know that I deserve. May not be next year, may not be in a few months, may not be in 2 years, but I know it will happen. And I know for certain it will happen. Because if I keep going every single day, every single night, I keep going, I keep working, I keep improving myself, I know it will happen. I know it will happen because, as many of you know, lucky days do exist. Like they definitely do. But you never know when that lucky day is gonna arrive unless you show up every single day. You literally never do. Like you would regret so much. Like if you're away for like 2, 3 days from your business or you're not working, and then 7, 8 months down the line, you just think like, shit, I should have worked those days. Like yes, there's just 2, 3 days, but they could literally be those days where luck was waiting for you. So that's a very important thing. Stay consistent, stay resilient, stay relentless, and keep working hard. That's the most important part. And develop the mindset of these athletes, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev. Like literally look at these people, look at the dedication and mindset they have towards like their sport. See it as your business. Like, yes, you're not an athlete, but like look at that discipline and keep going yourself. Literally, I saw this interview of like Merab Dvalishvili, I believe his name is. I could be completely wrong. But then also with Khabib, both of them, it was pretty insane. Like they got champions day after they were training again. They were out jogging. Literally, they were out jogging. They got the belt, they came home, probably ate some food, went to sleep, woke up jogging. And that's what it takes. Like and it's so funny. He said it himself, like Habib himself, he said it. He was like, people think it's something like extraordinary or it's something like where you gotta be very different, but it's not. Literally, it's not. It's just showing up every day, no matter the circumstances, just showing up, doing what you're supposed to do, and not giving up. That's exactly what it is every single day. And you do that for a long period of time, and you're gonna see the results that you are destined to achieve. Basically. And it's nothing woo-wah, it's nothing out of the ordinary, it's nothing special. There's nothing different about me and him. Other than obviously he's an athlete, but we have the same 24 hours. He just has a different type of mindset, a different type of dedication. So that is definitely something you guys, everybody, including myself, has to implement that type of discipline, that type of motivation. But yeah, guys, not a lot more to talk about. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. Massive, great results ahead. I hope you guys crush it, whatever you guys are doing. I do know there's not a lot of people watching these videos in the first initial videos, but it's gonna be so fun. Like literally this, I know this type of like this video right here, this section that I'm gonna say right now is gonna be clipped. And I'm saying it right now. I know it's gonna be. Like literally it's crazy just like looking now, like 2025, 20th of January, it's like 3 a.m. Monday. Like a few years from now, like 3, 4 years from now, it's gonna be like a compilation of me in like fucking Dubai or something, and then just me right now, just in my video recording myself. And those videos are gonna have like a lot of views, and then this video is probably gonna have a lot of views as well. But like right now, it's not really having that many views, but that's fine. I mean, it's the process, right? Um, but yeah, guys. If you guys have any questions in terms of like an agency, in terms of like business, general mindset, whatever it is, feel free to put them in the comments. What I want to do in the future, obviously, we got to have more people watching these videos. is people starting jotting down some comments, some questions in terms of business, mindset, general, whatever it is. And then I start like talking about those in the videos and going through them. Like a lot of value will be diverted from those type of videos. Mm, so I feel like that is something that could help out a lot as well. But yeah, guys, I wish you guys a great week ahead, and I hope you guys do great. I'll go ahead and talk with you guys next week with a new update. Oh, that's crazy. It starts switching around. But yeah, guys, hope you have a great week ahead. See you guys next week. Bye bye.